Hey, welcome to Tarmac Life. Today's going to be a huge day. Going down to a secret location, to a secret garage to check out probably New Zealand's best looking garage. It's Grant Baker's garage, and if anybody knows, you'll have seen some of his great toys, but today I'm going to get to see firsthand what they're all about. So it's going to be close your eyes and let's see what's happening. So look at this for a serious man cave. And who better to explain all this than Grant Baker himself?
Brand new, they come out of the factory with like 50 kilometres on them. They all get road tested. So
yeah.
It's probably got 60 kilometres on it now. Had to drive to the museum and back one day. But I had the other Laferrari, so it's kind of not like I need to experience how it goes. I know how they go because the performance is identical between the two.
Do you like it?
I absolutely love it. Yeah, it's a keeper for me for sure.
It is a keeper.
Oh yeah. It's going to stay in the collection forever.
What made you go for the Aperta as opposed to the?
The Aperta is just more special because it's more rare.
Gotcha.
And it's the official 70th anniversary car. So yeah, they haven't finished making them yet, but they're going to make them. They've finished 210 of them, and they made circa 500 of the hardtop one. And yeah, it's on. You can see on the side of it. Might be on the other side. I think it is 70th anniversary badge.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Down here. It's got the plate down here.
Of course. Yeah.
It's got that badge on it, and it's got a badge on the inside as well.
And how does it go?
Oh, just unbelievable, really.
I think this is as close as I got to it at the 70th, actually. Yeah.
Amazingly fast. Like, you've got a car that weighs roughly 1,250 kilos, so it's similar sort of weight, or a bit lighter than a 488, and it's got 963 horsepower. So you just want to do the maths on that. You've got a very fast car. Yeah, it's incredibly quick.
Nice.
Yeah, so this is 458 Speciale. So Speciale was the end of the run of 458s. So Ferrari have done this for a little while now. So they did it with the 360. They had a 360 Challenge Stradale. Then they got to the 458 and made the 458 Speciale. And they're quite limited numbers, and they tend to be kind of more lightweight, more track focused, have more horsepower than what the standard car does. But this is quite a special car to me because my wife and I went to the factory and we picked it up at the factory, drove it out the famous factory gates at Ferrari.
Oh, I think I've seen that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the colouring, all the striping was down to you.
Yeah, so this is the launch spec, although we've got a little bit more red inside than we actually anticipated when we ordered the car, because we really didn't want a red dash, but the salesman in Ferrari was quite new, and together we filled the form out and made a mistake. But I'm actually quite happy with the way it turned out because it's a little bit unique.
Yes.
But apart from that heavy red interior, it had red and black interior, the launch car, but this is the launch specification. I quite like to get that in the car because it's the LaFerrari is the same because it's what people identify with the car typically. But this car, within 5 minutes of it being born, was doing like 250k down the autostrada. So it got really well run in. And we've done about 10,000 k's in it. So we went all through, down to Italy, drove right down through Sicily and back up through Italy again to France and back to England in it, and then shipped it back to New Zealand.
That's actually quite a lot of k's for it.
It is, it's a lot of k's for me because I've got quite a few cars and don't actually have to drive anywhere very much. So yeah, it's the most k's I've done in the car for a long time.
Nice.
Oh, and it's got the Nart stripe, which I think everyone asks about. What's that stripe about? And it's a Nart stripe, which is the North American racing team colours.
Ah,
And
of course, that's why the number plates. Gotcha.
You have the answer for everyone else.
Yeah. Nice. I mean, of course, the TDF.
Yes, the TDF is the same type of thing as the Speciale. So the TDF is right at the end of the F12 run. So it's lighter than a normal F12. It's got more aero, it's got more horsepower. It's around 770 horsepower. Once again, this is the launch colour. Slightly different, I did a different stripe on it. So the launch car had a stripe sort of sideways across the bonnet. But we put a heap of extras into this car. So this is a special paint. It's a triple layer yellow paint. So it's got a real glow to it, a real kind of luminescence. And it's got a few very special things like the painted shields on the side. So like the old racing cars, so they're normally like a ceramic shield which recesses into the guards. And on this car we've got it painted on, and my wife and I went to the factory and spec'd this car, so we didn't spec it through our dealer, we actually spec'd it at the factory and asked if we could have the painted shield, and we were told repeated times it was impossible. But about 6 months later I got a note from them saying we've worked out how we can do it now, so we'll do it if you want. So I don't think many people will have that shield. I've seen one other car with it on at Cavalcade, but it's a pretty rare thing.
Of course.
And yeah, it's got a ton of carbon fibre in this. It's got glossy carbon fibre on the outside and matte carbon fibre on the inside, so you don't get reflection. But we just ordered as much carbon as we could possibly order. It's probably worth looking at the engine bay on this actually, because even the engine bay is just beautiful, beautiful carbon.
Let's open it.
Yeah.
God.
So this is a front mid-engine V12, so you can see here the engine's set pretty far back, so it's actually behind the front axle. And then all the carbon work under here is a real work of art as well. When I show this car, I have to show them under the bonnet, otherwise you miss it all.
What's it like to drive?
It's impressive to drive. It was actually, I remember one of the motoring magazines came out and said this was the scariest car of 2015. And it's certainly, you have your wits about you if you're trying to drive it fast, but it's exciting to drive, and it's, it's doing a little bit for you, but it's a lot up to the driver, which makes it fun.
Because you had this on the track not so long ago, didn't you? Or?
Yeah, I've had it on the track a few times, yeah. Yeah, so I had it at Taupo and at Hampton Downs, but it was very quick. It was 800 or 770 horsepower.
Yeah,
800 horsepower. So.
Only to be used by the 812 that you've got as well.
Yeah, well the 812, not here today unfortunately, but the 812 is about 800 horsepower.
Yeah.
And
slightly heavier, or?
I don't actually know off the top of my head. It'd be similar, but it's a little bit more civilised than this. But this is kind of built as a more track focused car.
Yeah.
And the 812 is more all-purpose, but the 812 is certainly no slouch. It's a very quick car.
It's beautiful. And a big lover of the V12, right?
Oh yes, you just can't go past it. So there's 6.3 litres, I think, 6.2, 6.3 litres. It's a big, torquey, high revving engine. Revs at over 9,000 revs.
And sounds beautiful up there.
Makes a proper sound. Yeah.
Glorious.
Yeah, and I did get all the matching luggage and stuff with this. Fortunately not here, stored away somewhere.
Nice. It's a really good looking car, isn't it?
Yeah, they're beautiful.
And of course.
And then this is a similar thing again. So this is the very end of the 599 run. So this is called 599 GTO. It's more powerful, it's lighter than a normal 599. And I was always a big fan of 599 anyway, so I had 3 of them. And then I bought this, which is the GTO, and I actually own a second one as well, which lives in the UK, which is a grey colour. I don't know what the official colour is, but it's sort of silvery grey, which is a nice looking car as well. We've done a lot of miles on that car in Europe. But these are a fantastic thing to drive. They're just a little bit more analogue than the latest cars. So they're quite involving to drive. And it's got the paddle shift gearbox, but it's a little bit slower than the other ones. But it makes it interesting because it kind of involves you to drive the car. So it's one of my favourite cars to drive. Unfortunately, I didn't get this one new because I couldn't get a new one. There's only one came to New Zealand and I didn't buy it. I was a little bit poor at that time, so I couldn't quite still know how to do it. It's around 2010, 2011. So I bought this one, second hand, came out of Singapore, but it's only got 6,000 Ks on it. And the one we've got in Europe was an English news, one owner car, and it's got about 6,000 miles on it.
But from a collection point of view, you really are going for the right ones out of the collection, aren't you? You know, the end of lines, the top of the range. You're quite specific with the cars you're after.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that. I mean, like I like all these cars, but you just want something that's a little bit special. So, yeah, I've got lots of standard Ferraris, and the standard Ferrari is still extremely special. It's not like a regular car. I think it's just way more special than anything else. But you want to go to kind of the pinnacle if you can. Like the 812 is the standard car. It's absolutely beautiful to drive and very fast, but you know at the end of the 812 run there's going to be something that just pushes that envelope a bit further, and that's going to be the coolest thing to have.
Are you going to have it?
Of course.
that's exactly the answer you'd want, of course.
Yeah. Well, as long as the funding holds down there.
Yeah. It's got such a wide face, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great looking car.
Yeah.
And Ferrari's only ever called 3 cars, given them the GTO name. So it's the original 250 GTO, which is officially the world's most expensive car. Then there's 288 GTO, and then there's this. So it's quite special to have that GTO name.
Mm.
But there's probably not that many places in the world you'd see these two cars parked together.
No, and certainly not with the same owner.
No. So it's nice I've had them in here with the 812 as well, so you get sort of 3 generations of V12 together.
That's amazing. It's just great. What's next?
Well, the next for me is the Pista. So the track-focused version of the 488.
Of course.
Yeah. And that's what I'm...
And it'll be launch spec? Or launch colours?
I don't know, because there's been a couple of different specs in there. The one that I've seen most commonly is red with a silver stripe, which I probably wouldn't get that. I'm quite into the matte colours at the moment, so
okay.
I think what I'm thinking right now is like a matte grey with a yellow stripe.
Nice.
Yeah, just for something completely different. It looks good. I've done it up on the configurator. It looks the business. Yeah.
That's fabulous. And of course, the next racing is... So you're going up for the cavalcade?
Yeah, for Ferrari cavalcade.
And taking your...
That's why the 812's not
there. The 812's up there, yep.
Yeah, so we're running the 812 in there. We took the GTO last year. So we're doing cavalcade, which is in Mont Blanc. So on the border of France and Italy. Monte Bianco in Italian. Not a very good accent there, obviously.
Better than mine.
Yeah, so we're doing that, and then down to Fuji Speedway for Ferrari Challenge, and then back up to the UK for Goodwood Festival of Speed, where I'm pretty confident I'm going to get a run in that Pista. I'm pretty excited about that.
And then some really special stuff coming out after that we'll have to keep you posted by next.
That is correct, yeah.
So some secret squirrel until it comes out, but it should be awesome. Thank you very much. This is just an absolute delight. Which one can I have?
So when you get the invite to buy the Laferrari Aperta, it comes in this box, and it comes with a letter. So if you look in the box, it comes with a letter, which I've got here, which at the time came from Luca Montezemolo, just a hand-signed letter, and it comes with a key with your name on it, and that's your invitation to buy the car. And I believe they sent out 210 of these, and no one said I don't want the car.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's
beautiful. Quite a cool.
That's great.
Cool piece of gear.
Yeah.
This is when you buy the Ferrari hypercars, or actually any Ferrari car now, they give you a model of the car. So this is the Laferrari Aperta, and it's spec'd exactly. It's got your chassis number on it and the exact specs, so made specially for you. It has got a little plaque there. I don't know if you can read it or not.
Somewhere in there. Yeah.
Yeah, just that silver piece there. My, which I don't own anymore, but from when I got my Laferrari, the hardtop Laferrari, which is the original one, but once again, it's my exact spec.
You didn't send this with it? It stayed exactly with you?
No, it had to stay. Yeah. Well, these are all Formula One driver helmets, apart from the one sitting on the top, which is mine.
That's a future Formula One driver helmet.
I think I've left my run a bit late there. But this is Michael Schumacher on the top. So these are all race-worn helmets. So it's Michael Schumacher. It was just in the days when cigarette advertising was stopping, so it's kind of got the Marlboro colours on it, but no names. This is Kimi, current Formula One driver from 2015. Rubens Barrichello, former Ferrari driver, obviously from cigarette days. Eddie Irvine, he came second in the World Championship. Gerhard Berger. And on the right there, John Lacey, who wasn't a Ferrari driver, but I was actually a very big fan of his. He was fantastic.
Looking around, just cars and invites everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, that's a seat out of a 599 GTO. So I've had it all set up. Got two of them here. Set up so you can plug it in. You still get the heated seat and the reclining function.
Of course you do.
This is it's hiding behind here is Matt Halliday helmet. It's extra back from the days of A1 Grand Prix. Here, Matt Halliday won that in Monaco. Came second in the Formula Renault there. Actually went off pole and his car lost all gears but third in the very last lap, so he ended up coming second. Yeah, I said before, I'm a big fan of John Lacey, so that's a pair of race-worn overalls from Lacey. And then in behind here is Nigel Mansell overalls. I was a huge fan of him in the day, and signed by Mansell. And I know there's very little Mansell memorabilia around because he kept it all for himself. So I feel really privileged to get that.
Have you been to his place in Salisbury, isn't it?
No, I haven't been there, but he cost me a lot of late nights, that guy.
Hit that subscribe button, you know you want to.